Welcome to SmartWave YouTube channel. So today I'll be teaching you how to use Python to find address. Now using Python to find detailed address or locations. So before we dive into the video, you can see our YouTube channel. Please, the only thing you can do for us is to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it and share to your friends. And let's dive straight into it. I'll be using one particular editor, Google Colab. Now in Google Colab, you can use other editors. You can use Spider, you can use VS Code, you can use Jupyter Notebook, you can use PyCharm. It depends on the one that you really want to use. So anyone that is comfortable, or all you need to do is to install the dependencies, so which we are going to do now. So the first thing you have to do is to install our dependency. The first thing we are going to install is what we call the pycountry. Now, what this pycountry does, it converts country code to continent code. It converts countries, it converts countries name to countries and all that. So just follow me. As time goes on, you will see what is being used. Now you install pycountry. Country, I think I have installed it here, but I just want to show you here. Pycountry-convert, and when you click install, you see it's installed. And so another thing you install also is what we call the Geopy. Geopy. Now is for location. I said that a pycountry used to map countries name to continents names. So Geopy is also used for the location. So you can type two of them once and install them once, but I just want to take this one after the other. Now when pipe install this Geopy, install Geopy. Hope I spelled it well. Okay, so it's installing. So I think we are good to go. So the next thing that we have to do is to import all our dependencies. So from Geopy, we can dot geocoders. So you can see one thing about Google Colab is that it gives you suggestion of what you want to do, and it makes your work very easier, right? You can click here, then import. You see it gives you what options. Import comma nominating. Sorry if I did not pronounce it well. So another thing I want us to import also is from geopy.execute, right? Import geocoder. Let me see. What I'm looking for is now here. Geocoder timeout. Okay, see it here, geocoder timeout. Then the next thing that we have to import is we have not imported our the first thing that we install, what's it called, pycountry. See here, pycountry convert. Okay, pycountry convert. So I think we are good to go. Why is it underlining this? Hope I'm correct. Okay, this should be underscore. So let's click. Okay, so we have imported our dependencies. So let's start writing our code. Let's dive straight into it. So the first thing we have to do is that we have to define our address. So we have to write a function that define our address. So how do we do that? So let's write a function. So what do we call it? Get underscore codes underscore address. Now we pass this argument as address, right? Let's call it just address to make it easier. Then What do we have here? We have what? Let's assign a variable geolocator, right? Geolocator. Okay. Now equals to, let's use this number 10. We imported this, which will be used to find our what? Our location. So to get our location, it's just like a user agent. We use this nominating. Sorry if I did not pronounce it well. Yeah. So what do we need? A user agent. User agent. So what will be the user agent? You have what we call what? My underscore geocoder. So which is our user agent. Now the next thing we have to do is this try. Okay. Why is this showing me right now? The next thing we have to do is to try to get our location. So um getting our location, um getting our location, let me not write it, sorry. I'm writing what I'm typing. Location, which is equals to geolocator, which is up there, right? Which we define as this variable dot geocode, geocode, right? Geocode, and we'll pass this argument address, right? Then the next thing we have to do is to write our if statements. Write our if statement. So if location, right? If location. Now print, we want to do make it in a way that we can print the field address if we have the location. So this, right? This slash, where is backslash on my keyboard? No, this backslash, right? And full address, what is found, full address found. Okay, full address found. So we have brace brackets, so we have to pass the location, which is this particular, where is it? This location here, right? Location here, dot address, dot address. Now let me try to, how do I add? I want to show you guys something. Okay, let me show you guys. I have to install the dependency again, but let me, okay, new code here. Let me show you guys something. Somebody will be wondering, what does this do? This N and F, what does this do? Now what's the work of F? Now F is used to format, it's introduced in 3.6 uh, Python version, and it's allow you to embed expression inside string, literally using these curly braces. So what do I mean by this? If you have something like this, for example, name equals to and you have, let me assume my name Francis. You have this. Now what does F do? You can print this, you can see this, print it out, F. Now instead of hello, you know phrases, you can assign this name, this particular name to it, and click enter. It will print hello Francis, instead of using format dot, instead of using format you know dot blah blah blah. So this makes it easier to assign this variable here to print out the next thing. Now we are talking about this n. Now what does this n do? We are talking about n. What does it do? Now n, excuse me, n simply you know introduce you to new line character. For example, now when you type something, you wanting to print in another line, you use what we call n. Let me show you example. If you print something like this, in bracket, you have um something like this. Let me assume line one back slash, you have n, another line two. Now you see what will happen here. You can see that this line two printed on a new line because of this n attached to it. So this is what we are literally using to format our function. So let's continue. I just want to address this so that you will not get confused. So let's continue with what we are doing. So the next thing we are going to do here is to print another thing, which is print. So what do we have here? You have to print our latitude and longitude, f. Okay. Let's say latitude, because we need our latitude location. Okay. Then in braces, we have to have location. Our location, that's this particular location. We want to get the address, we want to get the latitude, so we have to do the same thing here. Location, right? Dot. Oh, sorry, this should be a brace bracket. Um, hmm, Location dot latitude. Now you can see it there. Location dot latitude, right? Latitude. Okay. Then the next thing you have to print is the longitude. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it well. Print the same thing here. So I can easily copy this. So that I will not waste much time. Longitude. How do we spell this longitude? Longitude. So okay. So from here we are trying to, from this geolocator.geocode address. Now in this, we are assigning this variable to this to get us the address, get us the latitude of the place, and also the longitude of this particular place. So the next thing we'll do, we use what we call the reverse geocode to get the test address component. Now what does this reverse geocode does? Now it's an inbuilt function in this. What does it do? Now when you're talking about the reverse geocode, it means latitude and longitude coordinates, and it returns human readable address. For example, now if you have something like forward forward geocoding, now it will return something like address and coordinates. When you have something like, oh, what's this thing? When you have something like um reverse geocoding, it will have something like coordinate to address. So when you have um reverse coding geocoding, it will give you coordinates to address. So it will convert this coordinate to address. But when you have forward geocoding, it will convert address to coordinate. So this is what reverse geocoding does. So let's make use of it in our code. Now reverse, let's assign it as reverse, am I correct reading it? Reverse underscore location. plus underscore location equals to geolocator, right, dot reverse. Now our location, right, location, dot latitude location dot latitude, right. You can see the beauty of what's it called, the beauty of Jupyter Google Colab. It brings suggestions to you. Location dot, what's the next one, longitude, right, longitude. Remember what this does. If you don't know, you can read the param query, the coordinate for which you wish to obtain the closest human readable address, as I said before. So you can try to read this and understand it. Now the next thing we have to do is okay, the next thing we have to do is, let me cover this because I still have something here to write. The next thing you have to do is to set our language to English. If not, when you search, it may print another language that you don't understand. So let's make sure that this location are being printed in English language. Now another thing is what, to get our what, address details. So the address details, right, underscore details, to get our address details equals to reverse location, this to get the address, but this reverse location now dot raw dot get our address. So address, address, hope I spelled all the address very well. Let me check. Address, okay, address. Then let's just let's just put an open set there. Okay, then another thing is this. What do we also need? You have to extract the city, place, and country. We have to extract the city, place, and country. So how do we do this? So let's do that by city, because what this does is to get this address from here, convert these locations and all that. Now let's get, first of all, we want city, we want place, and we want country. So city equals to address details, right? Get. So what do we get? What do we want to get here? Which is what? City. Which is city. Or which other things do you want to get? Address. We can get town, right? Address details dot get. We can get something like town, right? Town. Or village, right? You can get something like village. So address details dot get village, village, right? Village. It depends on you, or this is the last one I'll write, or you can add more address details on what you want to get. Address details dot get, what do we need here? Let me say state, right? So you can add more. Then for the country, and get country equals to, is not correct. Country equals to address, I think. That's get, only thing we need there is just the country, right? There is no any other thing to get the country. Then what do we need also? We have to write another if statement. We have to convert a country name required using py using this py country convert. If you can see, we have not used it that much here, so this is the time to make use of it. Now let's see if the country, let's start with if statement. If the country, try this. Okay, so the next thing is country code equals to, so we are using this function now, pycountry-convert, right? Country name underscore country name to country alpha 2. I don't know if it is country name to country alpha 2. Okay, this is the one that we want. Then country, then country, right? So it will print, where is that country? It will print this country, that's which get used to get this detail address. It will convert it to country. Then another thing is this, we have to get the continent, convert country code to continent code. Now how do we do this? Continent underscore code equals to, we still use the same thing, pycountry. I want to run this code once immediately I finish writing. Then pycountry.country, the same thing that we use, country country alpha continent. We are looking for continent. Do I see anything like that? Okay, this is it. Convert country, this is it. Convert country alpha 2 to continent code. The first one is convert name to country. Convert name to country. If you can see, this convert country name to country code, and this particular one convert mapping of country to continent code. Now it makes use of from Wikipedia. You can see it here. So the next thing you have to write is country code, right? So you have to write country code, right? Then the next thing is what? Continent name, to map out full continent name. Map out the full continent name. So continent underscore name. Let's map it out. Now to map it out, you have the py country convert, right? We are mapping out continent name. So that means you have to convert continent code to continent name. That's what it means. So convert sorry, let's convert continent name to continent code. Convert underscore, let me type what is in my head. Convert underscore, how do we do this? Convert underscore continent 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 code. I want to know if they can make suggestion. Continent code to continent name. Continent code underscore to continent. There's a problem here. To continent. Please let me just relax and do this. Convert. Okay, I can convert. This is underscore. It's 2 times. I for say convert continent code. Convert continent code to, right? There should be 2 here, to continent name. Is this correct? Continent name, very good. So this is correct now. Convert, because I want to get the for it to convert the code to continent name, because I want it to print the continent name in which the country is found. You understand? For example, now if you enter India, it will tell you the continent in which it's found. Now if you enter a location in India, it will tell you the country, the continent, and that particular address. So that's what I was trying to achieve. So here now we're having what? The continent name, right? The continent, is it the continent name? No, let's do it as the continent code so that it will convert it to name. Continent code, continent code, variable continent code. Okay, let's see what this does. Is convert continent code to continent name. So here we have to make sure that it's continent code and not continent name. So when you say continent name, it will be like converting continent name to continent name. It doesn't make sense. But converting continent name, see it here, converting continent code to continent name. So this is what this function does. Now, if we do not achieve this, we have an exception. Except function, right? If this not work, we have continent name, right, equals to what? You should print unknown, unknown, unknown. Then the next thing we'll have here is excuse me, the next thing you have here is s continent name unknown. Okay, x continent name unknown, continent name, continent name equals to what? Unknown. Okay, so what else are we trying to what else are we missing here? Okay, so the next thing we have to do for the logic, we have to have the logic for output depending on the type of address, because we want to make it in a way that you use your hand. And why is this showing me red? Hope I will not be having error here. Okay, why is this showing me red here? Why? This is try variable location. Okay, try location. Now, okay, let's move on first. Let's move on first. So we have to have a way that the logic for output depending on the type of address. So how do we do that? How do we do that? Let me do this. So if city, so we want to do it in a way that depending on the address that you input. If city print, let me say this, as if city, you should print this. If country, you should print this, or else print this. So if city or place, right, slash city, you should print city, right? You should print, you have to assign this brace bracket. You should print city. You should print city. You should print city. No, there's a problem here. This should be inside this place. You should print city. So let's see if the spelling of this city and this is same. So you have to pay attention, because if this city is capital letter, you can see it's highlighting this. If you click here, it will highlight it. But if this is capital letter, let me show you, it will be a problem. You can see it's not highlighting it because it will be a problem. It's not making references, so it's making reference. This is underlined, which shows that what, no quick F, which shows that there is an error. So you have to make sure that this maintain the same I don't know how to say it, but you maintain the same what's it called, alphabet. If you are using capital letter, usually this is case sensitive. Yes, so that's what I want to say, is case sensitive. Then if print we are looking for country right now, the same thing here, right? We say country, the same thing here, right? So we have country. Okay, we have country here. You can see it highlighted everything about country. You can see it there, right? Then another thing is elif country. Okay, so elif print country, then print continent as continent name. So having this print this country, country. What am I doing? There's a mistake here. This is country, right? So still with our braces, um, as what? As country, right? As country. Okay. Then the next thing is what? We print continent. Print continent. I've explained what this F does. It's just used for formatting, and it makes your work easier. So we have continent, in our brace, have the continent name, continent name. You can see it here. So what else do we need? S. If all these things are not there, you have to what? S. Print the unknown. Print the unknown. Okay. Let me use this. Address not found. Let me make a capital letter. Address not found. Please check the spelling. This is just like a warning, or try a more specific input. A more, is this correct? A more specific, is the English correct? Specific input, whatever. Let me read. Address not found. Please check the spelling or try a more specific input. Okay, I think it's correct. If it's not correct, sorry, you guys can correct it. Now return none. If it's not correct, return what? None. Now the next thing we have to do is this. If you can see, and okay, I imported this geocoders timeout. If it start loading and it didn't find any address and it takes more time, what will happen is that now it should tell us that this is what the geocoding service, there's what a geocoding service timeout, instead of keep us waiting. So you see it in some of the websites. If you click on websites, it loads, maybe there is no network, they will tell you that what, there's a timeout, right? So this is what I want to achieve when I imported that particular library. So what do we do here? We have to make use of it. Now, to make use of it, let me use except. I like this suggestion because sometimes you just make mistake on the uh, except Geocoder's timeout. Just make mistake. Why is it showing me red? Except Geocoder's timeout. Okay, let me continue. Hope we don't get error in all these things. We don't have bugs. All these things we are writing like this. This geocoding, geocoding service timeout, right? Geocoding service, geocoding service timeout, geocoding service timed out. I think it's like this. Except geocoding. Okay. Timeout. Why is this except print geocoding timeout? I'm curious why this is showing me. Why is it underlining this? Please try. Please try again. Please try again. Why? Let me see. Please try again. Okay, I'll return. I'll return now. I'm still getting this red. Why? Why is it like that? Then except. So let's use exceptional. Exception as E, right? E. Then print. Don't worry, if we have an error here, we can easily correct it with AI here. So, but let's see. Then we'll see where we got it wrong. So it's not a problem. To debug your code on Jupyter Notebook, I say Jupyter Notebook, Google Colab is not a problem. So we'll see what happened. An error, okay, an error occurred. So we have our braces too. An error occurred. Then the next thing we have to do, we also return. So return what? No. Now the next thing also we have to do, I'm just curious why I'm getting, okay, this one has cleared off this. Okay, let's continue. So the next thing you have to do is our user input. We have not even, so we have to create something that we can easily type to get an answer, right? So for our user input, as we were saying before, we have to actually create our user input as I was saying. Then you have something like user address equals to let's type input. This function input, you have to enter address input. So what do we want to type here? We have something like, let's say um enter a location, right? Enter a location. That location can be, it can be country, it can be city, right? Or states. It can be address, the address, you know. So let's do it this way. Let's leave a space so that when we enter the address, this will not be close to each other. So the next thing we have to do is to call our function. Now, which is our function is what? Get code address. So we have to call this function above here. Where is it? Where we define our function, get code address to our user address, which is this. You see why I love Google Colab? They just, they know what you want to do already. They suggest this for you, which is what? User address. Okay, so I'm still getting error here. Let's check where the error is coming from. Let's access this. There's a problem here. I have latitude here and latitude instead of longitude here. Instead of longitude here, let me see. Longitude. Longitude. Okay. So where is error coming from? I'm still having error here. Well, it's not a problem. So if there's error here, we can actually correct it. I don't know why I'm having error here. This is being called get code. So let's run this. It will definitely give us an error. Invalid syntax except geocode timeout. Okay, so what do we do here? Is it overlapping? Okay. Even if I do it this way, let me run it. Wow, it works. So it's the indentation that is the problem. This indentation is supposed to be where the division of the code is. So let me put this Abuja an error called location attribute has no address. So okay, this is a problem. So let's see what's the problem. Let's copy this code. Let me show you how to debug with this. So let's see. There's an AI here. Click on this AI. Do this. Click on enter. Let's see the problem. Let's see the problem of the code. Now this one commented is our code, and this is the new code here, right? This is the new code here. Okay, so let me delete this. Let me delete it, right? Let me delete it off. Let me delete it off. You can see how fast it debugs our distance. So use a location.address. Here we use location.address. Use location.address. So in our first code, so what did we use? Location.address. Let me close this first. So location.address. Use location.address. So this is where the error is. Let me still type this. Let me put something. You see, it gives an answer. So here you say the problem here is what? Using location hashtag use location.address. But if I go up here, I cannot even see what they are trying to say or what caused the error. Location, this is location.address that we used, right? Okay, the indentation here, let me see. Oh, you see it. This where the problem is actually from here. Let me see. Defined. Define it here. It's not supposed to be. This is correct. Okay, so I'm trying to this it debugged this already. You understand? This is already debugged with yeah, I already debugged it. Okay, so and it's working very fine, but I just want to get hold of the problem which they stated here, which is this line hashtag use location.address. You see it, use location.address. So if I go up here, where they said use location.address, so I don't really know. So what you will do is this: when you have this kind of error, it may be overwhelming, just do it fine. Then another thing is this: we are having an error here. If you can see, when I typed a location, let me rerun this code again. Let me type something like Nigeria here. Let me show you something. Nigeria here. You see, I'm not having any problem here. Let me run it. Let me type Abuja here. Let me see Abuja. I'm getting this error here. I'm getting this error here. So what I can easily do also is to copy this, recopy it, right? Click on this, then I'll click error, then copy this particular error I'm having here to see where the problem is coming from, because sometimes these codes can be overwhelming. Don't type it here, so it makes your work easier. Click search, click search. Now you can see there is another debugging here in which it does, right? There's another debugging. So let me still delete get code error warning. So let me still delete this. Why I'm deleting the pipe is when you click on it, you start installing it from the beginning. Let me still delete this, right? So let me click here again. Let me type was it Abuja I'm using? Let me see. You can see this error has been solved already. Found latitude, longitude, place Abuja, country what? Nigeria. Now this is good to go, using of location. So you can do some of these things and debug your code without wasting much time. So let's close this, or let's close it. I don't think we are using it for any other thing. Let's close this. Right now we can see here everything is working on fine. Use location, everything is working on fine. So when you get this kind of error, so it's easier for you to do when you are using what's it called, when you are using Google Colab. So let me delete this particular one, right? This is our original code which will run. I will got this, and we are location object has no attribute address. Location object has no attribute address. Location object has no attribute address, which they were giving us error here, which I can't even figure out why. But we were able to debug it using Google Colab, and we are good to go. Now whenever we run this, so what you will do is that you count down, look at these codes very well. Whenever we run this, we get this. So let's see something like India here. India found. Okay, you see there's see another error here. We will click some of this country. India, Tamil, country, India, warning, connection, retry, blah blah blah. Okay, this is not even let me see, Abuja. Hope I didn't delete the one I debugged. I think I deleted the one I debugged. Oh, you see it, I deleted the one I debugged. Let me redo it again. Let's redo it, because I'm surprised why it's still giving me this error. I deleted the one I don't supposed to delete. So let me first copy the code, copy it. Let's go to here, so you can do this thing I'm doing now. Error. So let's copy the error. Where is the error? Let's copy it from here. This is the error. Yeah, Control V. Let's paste it. Let's press enter. Okay, so let's close this. Let me delete this particular one so that I will not make mistake again and deleted the one that I debugged. So we have to delete from here because I don't want to reinstall the dependencies. So let me do it again. This. So we are left with our original code and the one that we already debugged. So let's click this again. Let's click Abuja here. Enter. Still the same thing we are getting. Why? Are you sure I'm not deleting the one that I'm still having error here? Why giving me this error? Let me just click on this error. I don't want to pipe install this. Let me do this again. Let me write it again. Very good. So this is okay, right? This is okay. Let me close this. This is okay. I hope I will not make mistake and delete it again. Okay, so this is it here. This is our own address. Let me rerun this. Let me do it again. Abuja. Very good. So let me do this again. Very good. So you can search for your states. You can search anything you want. Let me see. Enugu. You can see found Enugu, Enugu North, Enugu. This found in Nigeria. So you can see the latitude, you can see the longitude, you can see the place, you can see the a lot of things. Let me do Lagos. Lagos. Found in Nigeria. Okay, so this is how this works. So calm down, look at this. Okay, so you can see increase timeout to solve the error. We just want to increase this timeout just for us to solve the error. In our original code, where is it? In our original code, there is no timeout. So you can add it here. You can see from the address. So calm down and solve. So location dot address. Here we have location dot address. So here it should be small letter. So these are case sensitive. You should pay attention to it. So here we have timeout, which is I think 10 minutes. So let's rerun our original code. Let's put Nigeria. You can see our original code now is working fine. So let's see. This is how to debug. When you debug, you try to check the errors that you made. Let's see. Abuja. Let's see Abuja. Okay. You see, we're still having error there, but at least it's working. It's working. So how this is how you debug. You check this the one you debugged, and you go above check, cross check them. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye. Thank you.